Hello and welcome to the new episode of Myth-Busting Heroes and Generals. There was a lot of suggestions for the series name, which was great, but since ATV said he was fine with these videos, I think sticking with Myth-Busting name is the best option, unless of course you guys riot and I will have to change everything. Anyway, let's move on to the science. Ashkov wants to know if it's more efficient to grind in first encounter. Well, during my testing I think I killed enough bots to piss off Skynet. So, if I disappear, you know who is at fault. But anyway, the data showed that for infantry assault and SMG assault with stock guns, you're better off playing bot matches. However, if you're playing LMGs, better stock, or grind a physical training badge, it is not the case. Now you might notice that I didn't test the pistols and knives, that is because those things are much more efficient to grind against bots, especially if we're talking about stock pistols. So yeah, definitely grind those against bots. Nebrix wanted to know if a plane can be killed by mines and can you ram a tank with a plane. Well, let's start with ramming. Now if you have seen WmXLT stream and fly, you would have seen him kill tanks by ramming them, so yeah, that is very much confirmed.
Tank down.
For fuck's Then again, WmXLT likes to ram everything that fucking moves. Moving on to the spicier part of the question, and that is, what about the landmines? Well, the recon planes are dead with only one mine. The fighter planes are dead in only one mine. And here we will see that the heavy fighter will be dead in one mine. Well, that was underwhelming. Ashkov also wanted to know if M18 recoilless did less damage compared to M9A1 bazooka. Well, it does, but the difference is not huge. Basically, I tested it on the Panther, and if you hit only the fuel tank on the Panther, the M18 is most of the times 3-hit kill. But bazooka is consistently 2-hit kill, so it's a matter of preference with these two. But one is unlocked much faster, so it will obviously be recommended for that reason. Staying with the Panther, Ninja Tyler 1 wants to know if you can two-shot a Panther with one Pullamet. The answer is obviously yes. The Pullamet is probably the hardest hitting anti-tank equipment in the game right now, and Panther transfer a lot of damage through its components. Hoptop wants to know if the Carbine is one hit kill to the head against heavy set with stock carbine bullet. And let's just ignore the rest of the comment for the future video. So testing it out, we can see that it is indeed 2-hit kill to the head with even the heavy set bronze, which this guy was using. Which is a bit of a pain. Recon ATD wants to know if shooting soldier's neck will apply headshot multiplier but won't show it on the kill field. Well, I shot myself in the neck. I might have phrased that wrong. Anyway, the kill field does indeed show it correctly. Ashkov wants to know if the trigger and spring do affect the rate of fire with the Panzerbuchse. And quite frankly, that is also the case with Peter D. Well, if you have seen my Panzerbuchse guide, I have said that it does indeed increase the speed of reload. However, the difference is so small that it doesn't matter much unless we're talking about heavy spring only against the fastest trigger, which had a difference of almost 80 milliseconds between shots, which is quite frankly barely noticeable. Wolfkiller wants to know if the bipods reduced recoil. Well, I took my trusty 1919 and shot an innocent wall. And as you can see, the glorious bipod does indeed reduce the recoil. It reduces it around the same level as proning would. Not like I would know that, because I never use prone. Okay, maybe once or a couple of times a match. Yes? Viz of Saxony wants to know if recon vehicles do more damage with infantry first. Now I tested it with a German recon vehicle, and as we can see, both take the same amount of shells to kill— what? Welcome to Infantry First and General, so it seems like the badge is bugged and works on everything, even for pilots and tankers. If you want to see how broken it really is, watch Lycan's latest video on the subject. That also answers Hoptop's question about MGs being affected by Infantry First, which they are. Kurz wants to know about the maximum XP you can get from sniping. Well, let me tell you this. Was the most cancerous test I have ever encountered. So I was shooting this motherfucker for like 2 minutes, and the range, by the way, is around 1 kilometer. And adding all of the XP I got around 100. But that was because I shot him and he healed up. If I managed a headshot, I would get a bit more than 70 XP for my work. That is because XP scales off of damage dealt, and you only get 1 increase to XP after 200 meters. This has been the second iteration of Mythbusters. If your myth or suggestion didn't get tested, fret not, for I have a massive list to test, and that I will do it eventually, until the game is dead. Then again, I'm really good at procrastinating, so you might need to repeat these suggestions a bit more. Well, maybe not much, please. So if it doesn't come out now, it means it will come out soon. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.